What's up everybody? It's your boy Big O back in the building with yet another video. Just want to say thank you to everyone who's tuning in. I hope everyone is having a glorious day. And I want to get back into my series of turtle keeping hobby essentials. Today I want to get into a bit of a discussion about heaters and heating in your enclosures. First, if you take a look at any of my enclosures, you'll notice that I don't have any heaters in there. The reason being is that I live in southern Florida, and the way I have this room set up, it just maintains the proper temperature to keep the water pretty much at ideal temperatures for these animals all year round. But that being said, it was not always like that, because I am from the Northeast, and if you know anything about that area, you know it gets very, very cold. So to compensate for that, most people in the hobby, when they go to try to heat their water, keep the water at the perfect temperatures or ideal temperatures, they will turn to using one of these submersible aquarium heaters. This particular one is the Marineland Visitherm 300 watt heater. It's a few years old now. I haven't used it in almost 3 years. That's how long I've been living down here, and I had it for a couple of years already. It worked really well for me. I'd never had any problems with it. The only thing that I really didn't like has a little dial up here, and you can kind of like set the temperature that you're looking for. For me, at least this particular heater right here, this one, it never kept the water at the temp that I set it with the dial. It would always be like a couple of degrees hotter. It's not the biggest deal because you can adjust for that, but I just didn't like that. It has this little brace here, and I was surprised at how well the suction cups actually worked on this one, because suction cups in our hobby has a reputation for just they just suck really most of the time. But these actually worked okay. The heater most of the time stayed right on there. Other than that, I don't have any real complaints. But the only real problem with these things, and not just this particular brand or this particular heater, but most submersible heaters, or all that I've had any experience with, they're all made out of glass. And that can be a problem if you have a large animal or aggressive animal, or maybe you have some sort of accident. Maybe the turtle knocks something over or just bumps into it the wrong way. I've had these things, just different heaters over time, over the years. I've had them break, shatter, pretty much almost explode. Some just stop working for no apparent reason. Some I've had turtles they kind of just smash them. I don't know if they do it on purpose. I don't know. Maybe not on purpose would be the right word, but turtles are curious animals, and they mess with everything in their tanks. That's something you got to be careful of. And after it happened a couple of times, I decided that I needed to find a way to sort of protect the heater. So what I came up with was, got myself PVC pipe. This is an 1.5 inch PVC. I cut it to the desired length, and I drill holes all over it. And got a couple of the end caps, as you can see. Then if you pop this cap off, you'll notice cut a little notch in there. You could do this with the same drill that you drill the holes in with. At least that's what I use. I'm sure there's other things you can use, a Dremel or some kind of saw or whatever, but yeah, you slide. Let me just take this off. It's not the easiest thing to do with one hand. So you can just slide the heater in there. The notch is for the power cord, and you put your end cap on. And you now have a DIY, very functional heater guard. And you know, PVC is pretty inexpensive, and you can get it pretty much anywhere. You know, obviously Home Depot, Lowe's, things like that. Any store where they sell plumbing supplies. But then I ran into another problem. I decided that I hated the way the white PVC pipe looked in my enclosures, because I try to go for somewhat of a naturalistic look, and this white pipe against the you know, the background, or just sitting next to a piece of natural driftwood, it just looks horrible. So what I did was I went back to Home Depot, got myself a can of something called Dry Lock, which is like a waterproofing paint almost. And I also got some cement coloring. I got some charcoal coloring and some like brick red cement coloring, and I mixed all that up with the Dry Lock, and I took another piece of PVC and I painted it with that mixture. And once it cures, it's, you know, it's non-toxic. I had this piece of PVC with my heater in it in my tank with my turtle and fish and, you know, crawfish and all sorts of different things, and it didn't affect the water quality at all. Again, cut the notch out. This one was a little thicker, and same deal, PVC, drilled holes all over it. This one I drilled the holes after I painted it because it's just easier to do it that way. Drilled holes all over it, put the end caps on, and there it is. I was going for sort of a, and I went like in layers. I put like the lighter color on the bottom, and I kind of put the darker color over it, just sort of like haphazardly, just to kind of have both colors coming through. I was trying to go for sort of like a bark kind of look, maybe like a sunken log kind of look or something like that. And you know, for me it worked. Worked just fine. I was satisfied with the final result and the look of it, and you know, it's very durable. It's tough. It's not, nothing's gonna get through here. And it guards your heater very well. And the Dry Lock also acts like kind of like a glue. So like this part, this end cap right here, unless I like really struggle with it and kind of like shake it back and forth, maybe even chip away at it, that's the only way it's going to come off. It kind of glued the cap in place, which is cool. This cap, I made sure not to do that because obviously I had to take the heater in and out, you know, for cleaning and, you know, whatever. But yeah, quick, easy, inexpensive heater guard if you're interested in such a thing. I mean, it was really, really easy. I didn't really spend the most expensive thing you're probably going to spend money on is the Dry Lock if you decide to go this route. But a little bit of that stuff goes a really long way. And if you have multiple heaters and you want to guard them all, it's probably the best way to go. So, questions, comments, concerns, definitely leave them down in the comment section. If there's anything that other people have tried that works for them, definitely let me know, because I'm always trying to learn new tricks. And yeah, like I said, it's just the easiest, least expensive way to go if you're looking for something that's gonna guard your heater with, you know, you're not gonna have to be worried about it. You're not gonna have to question it. Like, nothing's gonna get through here. And if you're looking for somewhat of a naturalistic look, I mean, I'm not an artist or anything like that, and I think it came out pretty nice. I'm sure there's better examples of something like this out there. But like I said, it worked for me, and while I used it, I enjoyed it. And obviously I'm holding on to them just in case I need to use them again. You never know. Definitely don't plan on living in Florida my entire life, so who knows? Who knows what the next stop is? But regardless, again, thanks to everyone who watches my videos. I appreciate it. And until the next one, happy reptile keeping. Peace.